Part 1 of 3. 7 questions on LangChain. 15 seconds each. Pause if you want longer. What is LangChain fundamentally? It's orchestration, glue code, essentially. LangChain contains no intelligence of its own. It doesn't train anything, doesn't run a model, doesn't improve your answers. What it gives you is a set of abstractions for wiring models, prompts, retrievers, tools and memory together into something that runs. Judge it as plumbing, because that's what it is. What does the chain in LangChain refer to? Composing steps so that each one's output becomes the next one's input. Format a prompt, call the model, parse what comes back, hand it to the next thing. That pattern turns up in essentially every LLM application, and LangChain's original pitch was that composing those steps should look the same regardless of which model or which vector store you're using. What is LCEL, LangChain Expression Language? The modern way to compose things, you pipe components together with the same operator you'd use in a shell. And the payoff isn't just readability, anything built that way gets streaming, batching and async support for free, because every component agrees on one interface. That was a genuine improvement over the older class-based chains, which were much harder to see inside. What is the single most common criticism of LangChain? That the abstractions hide the prompt. And it's a fair hit, because the prompt is the thing that determines your output. When an answer comes back wrong, you need to see the exact text that reached the model, and if that text was assembled 4 layers deep inside a framework, you are now debugging the framework rather than your application. Callbacks and Langsmith exist largely to answer this complaint. When is LangChain genuinely a poor choice? When your application is genuinely simple. If you're formatting a prompt and calling one API, then the provider's own SDK and about 20 lines of your own code will be clearer, faster to debug, and free of a large dependency you now have to keep up with. Frameworks earn their keep by managing complexity. No complexity, no keep. What does a retriever abstraction give you? One interface over many different backends. Swapping from Chroma to Pinecone to PG Vector becomes a configuration change rather than a rewrite, which is legitimately valuable in the phase where you don't yet know what you're using. Worth being honest though, once you've settled on a vector store, that portability stops paying rent and you're maintaining an abstraction for a swap you'll never make. What is a document loader? A connector that pulls content out of somewhere and hands it back in a standard shape. PDFs, Notion, S3, Slack, Confluence, hundreds of them, all producing the same document object so nothing downstream needs to know where the text came from. It's the least exciting part of LangChain and quite possibly the part that saves you the most time. That's part 1. Part 2 picks up right where this left off. It's linked below, along with the full episode.